Hi, I'm Simon. Thanks for tuning into The Ordinary Filmmaker. Canon News uncovered a few newsworthy patents for fast zoom lenses. Well, to be more exact, the patent provides for the optical formulas for lenses, but these are patents, and well, when it comes to patents, we may not see these exact products, if at all. And if we do see them, it might not be for a few years yet. Now, the first is the 35 to 135, and it's f2.8 throughout the entire focal range. The 40 to 150, it's also f2.8 throughout the entire focal range. And the 30 to 110, as you might have guessed it, is also f2.8 as well. Now, I was really hoping to hear about some wide primes from 14 to 18. 16mm f2 would be very appealing to me and to some of you as well. Now, while it's true that zooms like this would cover a lot of primes, I really can't see any photographers or even videographers replacing their primes with these zooms. Would any of you be willing to give up your primes for these zooms? Let me know in the comments section down below, and please subscribe to help support this channel. Now, one piece of news that does interest me is a patent for a zoom teleconverter. That's right, a zoom teleconverter. With the current prices of Canon's teleconverters, getting a 1.5 and 2.x extender in one converter, well, could really save some serious couch change. I recently bought the 2x extender and it set me back a whopping $699 US. And I'm still interested in the 1.4x extender. But Canon has just released 2 RF teleconverters this year. I'm not really expecting this creation anytime soon. Now keep in mind, again, that whenever we're talking about patents, it can take a few years before we really see any product, if at all. And sometimes they're just there to protect technology. We might not even see that focal length or optical formula, but something pretty close. But I'm still hopeful. But now for a public service announcement. Winter is falling on much of the north, and while camera companies are happy to state that their cameras and other supporting gear and accessories operate between 0 and 40 degrees Celsius, that's about 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 100 Fahrenheit. Now, we often take them outside regardless of the weather. Going from the cold into the warm, where there's a large difference in temperature, results in condensation on the exterior as well as the interior. Do this enough times and you risk damage to your gear. Now, something about water and electronics, they don't really mix very well. And the best way to prevent condensation and any adverse impact to your camera and gear is through a simple Ziploc bag. I've got one right here. So this is the Ziploc bag that I use. Yeah, it's pretty big. This came in a 4-pack. This cost me $2.50 Canadian, so they're probably around $2 US. It's pretty cheap. I'm able to put my entire R5 in here with a 2x teleconverter and the 800mm and zip it up, and I'm perfectly fine. So what I do is when I'm outside, I keep one of these in the garage and I keep one in my camera bag. And just before I go inside, I put the camera in here with the lens, zip it up. You want to make sure the zip is sealed, and this does a good job. You're not fighting with it. And then just bring it inside and let it sit for 10-15 minutes. That's usually how long I wait. By the time I get inside, got my coat off, my gloves, I got myself situated, catch my breath, grab a cup of tea. Usually 10 to 15 minutes has gone by, and you're not going to have any condensation, and you're going to eliminate any adverse impacts due to condensation. Now, this doesn't just happen in the summer. If you happen to keep your house cold, like this guy, I keep my house around 68 degrees in the summer. So when I go outside, if it's a really, really hot day, you can get condensation on your camera gear too. So it's not just a winter condition or winter issue. Now, I do have a link to these down in the description down below, but like I said, they're pretty cheap. I mean, where else can you spend something like $2 on something to protect your camera? And yeah, no, I think these are terrific. Now, if you look in your manual, and I looked in my R5, it does say that if you're going to be shooting out in the cold, then you want to put it in some sort of a bag and bring it inside, a bag that's sealed, and that's going to help protect it. Now, I've for years shot with my 70D, and I didn't do this, and I didn't have any problems. Now, what I used to do is I'd bring it into the garage first, let it get used to that temperature, which is somewhere between the house temperature interior and the outside temperature, and I didn't have any problems. But again, you know, I've heard countless stories of people who have damaged their gear, their laptops, their phones, camera gear, lenses, because of this condensation effect. And depending on what the temperature gradient is as to how much condensation, how often you do it, and it's a very real issue. So don't take chances. $2. You can't really go wrong with that. So that's my public service announcement. Oh, and there is one other thing I want to tell you. I'm currently doing question and answer videos every week, but I might not be doing the one this weekend, and the simple reason is I've only got about 6 or 7 questions, and to do this properly, I need a good 10 questions. So if you have any questions about camera gear, filming techniques, content creation, or anything like that, go ahead and post a question in this video below before Friday at around 2 o'clock. And if you manage to get it in by that time, then, I should have enough questions to be able to go ahead with this weekend's video. So that's coming out, usually comes out Saturday morning around 8 a.m., but I usually film it Thursday night or Friday evening. And it doesn't look like it's going to get done Thursday because, like I said, I've only got 6 or 7 right now. But, one last thing. So there is one more thing. I'm also doing a review on Haida's variable ND filters, and these are quite interesting. They're magnetic, which is really, really cool. It's easy to pop them in and out. And one thing these guys do, which is great that my Kinkos don't do, they provide you with a lens cap. And that alone there is terrific, because as soon as I put my Kinko lens or my variable ND filters on, guess what? Lens cap wouldn't work anymore, and you can't find a lens cap to cover that. So you just have to be a little bit more extra careful. But Haida, in their infinite wisdom, decided, hey, let's go ahead and create a lens cap so that way you're protected. So that's really, really awesome. But that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win the Synco Lav S6E and M3 shotgun microphones. I'll be awarding these 2 prizes to one lucky viewer once the channel reaches 20,000. And then I'll be offering up a new prize every 10,000 or so subscribers, all the way up to 100,000, at which point I'll be giving away, are you ready for this? Ready. Let's see if I can say ready properly. I'll be giving away a brand new Canon EOS R5 full-frame mirrorless camera to one lucky viewer. And on that bombshell, thanks for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. We'll see you again soon.